Yeah, you. He back at you. He got him something cold to drink. He got him something cold to drink. But yeah, gon' share this video. Let me share this video a couple times. And appreciate everybody who always find their way back to the channel. I really appreciate it. You know what I mean? I'm very fortunate that friends, fans, and whomever find my channel and come and support it. That's Trillgear.biz. I like that. That's a beautiful thing. And it's being witnessed. Yeah, Jesus Trevino, that's what we talking about. We coming in with the super support. The soup. But it's soup. Straight business. And I encourage y'all to keep the channel growing, because we're going to do bigger and better things. We're going to do more things. You know what I mean? We're going to keep growing. I'm starting to understand. As a content creator, I spoke to a content creator earlier today. And that content creator expressed to me that they have sponsors. Not only do they have their ads being run, they have sponsors that help them grow their channel. But when I broke it down to them, the unique space that I'm in, they said, you're your own sponsor. You are your own sponsor. And I never looked at it like that. So these videos are sponsored by Trillgear and Hezeleo, because we have good viewers who, when I drop music, they go and patronize and grab the new music. We have people who patronize and grab the gear. We have people who patronize and grab the dickies and the t-shirts. Everything available on the website. So we hitting it from the angle as another content creator would, but I'm sponsored by myself and by you, the viewer. By the viewers such as yourself, Jesus Trevino, and all the names, Taylor Ray, you know what I'm saying, with the $1.99, Jesus Trevino with the $4.99. This is how this channel is sponsored. So, you know, as she said, she has sponsorships on her channel, different businesses. Well, I don't really see where I need to do that. If it becomes, like Mama West used to say, advantageous, you know, maybe then. But at this point, it's no need. We have a good community of sponsorship amongst ourselves. So I encourage y'all, let's keep that going. Let's keep that going and see where we could take it. You know what I mean? But tonight, I wanted to do something different, because yesterday I did speak on R. Kelly's situation, him being found guilty. And I did express concern about how much time he may get. And that may come across as if I'm siding with an accused victimizer. And speaking to a friend of mine, close friend of mine today, we discussed the victim. And this is nothing to do with R. Kelly's case. This is all to do with individuals who walk around who are internally scarred. The individuals that walk around that are holding information and holding memories that today still harm them, that today still haunt them. We are very quick to judge each other the way each other move, but we only looking at face value and a presumption and an assumption that maybe lasted 5 minutes or less. Soon as we look at each other, we assess who we think we're looking at. The little girl in school who maybe wore her hair in her face, who didn't want to make eye contact, who you thought was shy, who you thought was weird, who you called names, you don't know what she was walking around holding in her heart, in her mind, and in her memory. So we need to slow up on all the judgment. So tonight I'm speaking out, and I want to speak on the victims. Again, R. Kelly in his situation, I don't know. Besides videos I saw, I don't know what else that man got going on. The way the picture is being painted, yeah, he looked like Nasty Robert. But you and I know a lot of Nasty Roberts in your neighborhoods, in your families. And we're going to touch on some of that tonight. But we're going to reach out to the victims and let them know you did nothing wrong. You don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to protect your victimizer. But I'm going to read this here from a true player, Mr. Maine. Long live a pimp, legendary Pimp C, Mama West, and Pops. UGK for life. Much love and respect to the entire UGK for life and Trio family. Free young pimp, and free young Heezy. See, with love and support like this, we don't need sponsors. We the sponsors of this channel. We the reason that people starting to see this channel and see these videos in different cities, in different countries. Everybody who stayed down from the beginning when I started showing up to get this channel back booming. We the sponsors. We the supporters. We the reason this community in this channel is growing. The new names, I appreciate y'all coming through. But they got some elders in here who been coming down. Y'all talk to them and they'll let you know how it go down. But let me dig off into this here. I know multiple people who've been affected by pedophilia. I hate that word. It sounds so close like my mama name. But people who have been victimized by pedophiles, just basically pedophiles, molesters, and rapists. It's plenty of people walking around today with these internal scars that'll never be healed, that they cannot get out of their memory. So we have to be slow to judge and think we understand what we're looking at when we see people doing certain stuff. We move too quick. We assume too quick. And sometimes I'm guilty of that. But I take the time to learn people and communicate with them and try to get them to open up. That's how you can receive an understanding. See, when you meet me, you may not know why I move the way I move, But if you're fortunate enough and can get me to open up and we can communicate, we can arrive at an understanding. So yeah, I'll say R. Kelly, but I will never say none of the victims' name that I know to protect them. But I'm gonna tell you a few stories, and it's countless amount of stories I can tell you, and I wish it wasn't. But I needed to know why people move the way they move. Take for instance, the first young lady I discussed some of this with. She moved a certain kind of way, and I thought it was very awkward. But after we were able to trust each other and relax, she was able to tell me that somebody that she trusted and loved tampered with her in a miserable, dirty, trash way that made me think this individual shouldn't even be on this earth. And I don't even know him. But when she told me how it took place, most of the time it's the person that the younger child trusts. Most of the time it's somebody in the family, close friend of the family, a sitter, you know what I mean? Somebody who can get intimate time with that younger individual. And this situation is sick because this was her step pops who raised her from a child. And I'm not gonna get too much into detail, but he was the late night creeper. So when she jumps in her sleep, when she's shocked, when she's loud, when she's afraid, when she's angry, it's not really the present things that are going on. It's the memories. But he, being whoever he was during that time, the family allowed him to escape with just a verbal thrashing. And I'll close that story because I don't want nobody to, you know what I mean? I don't want to open up no wounds. And I'll tell you another beautiful young lady. Issues on top of issues on top of issues. And all I could think is, who made this individual this way? And I dug deep. And when I dug deep, I found the most ugliest secrets ever. Now, in this situation, it's similar to the first, but there's a twist. This is uncles. The child is being raised by grandparents because the parent is running amok. So the child is being raised in the same household with grandparents and uncles and aunts. So in this case, an uncle is the assailant. And this is a child. This is a 9-10-year-old child. And so when the child realized this ain't right, I need to maybe speak out to, my grandparents. So she runs to the ultimate protector. She runs to Pawpaw. I'm 4 children's Pawpaw. I'm 4 children's grandpa. I am the ultimate protector of those children. So she thinking like they would think. Run to the ultimate protector. But when she arrives at the ultimate protector, he and his son is just alike. So now she have in her young mind no escape, or no outlet. Because once you told the grand ultimate protector, you think Pawpaw gonna make everything all right. So what is this child to do? She has no escape. So she has to endure this until she's able to run away. Again, these people go without cause, without any kind of infractions. No jail time, no cases, nothing. They free to be these people who look like they're admirable because of the name uncle, the name grandpa. But in reality, these individuals are worse than dumpster juice. These individuals are pieces of shit. And right now, today, there's mature adults who are walking around with these internal scars and these terrible memories because of piece of shit ass people as such. That story closes. We go to another. A young lady, wild like an animal out of the wild. Face card and face value, meek, quiet. Right beneath the surface, a wild animal. How did this become? How does this happen? We dig deep again. We find another situation. Now this is biological father and daughter. Takes her at a very young age. Takes her often as he wants. And only way the whistle got blown was because it kicked in her mind that she had a younger sibling. And she wanted to protect the younger sibling. So she offered herself up sometime when he came to get one of them. She offered herself up. But then she thought about it. What if I slept too hard? Or what if I was spending the night at a friend's house and I couldn't be there to offer myself up so he couldn't get my baby sister? What do I do? She couldn't come up with the answers. And that's when she blew the whistle. Another family situation that becomes a family secret with no infraction. So another admirable man, husband, grandfather, but underneath all that, really and truly, just a piece of shit. I see that soup. I don't mean no disinfect, but I see that soup and I appreciate it. Unfortunately, these stories are countless. Unfortunately, these stories are close and near and dear. I too have a story. You have a story. But I was told recently, you shouldn't feel so endearing about the victimizer. Because for years, I felt pity about the victimizer. And in my situation, I was victimized by women. One of the situations I have no real memory of because I was such a little child. But the way it came about, the way it was told to me, my mother used to allow me to be babysat by this, she called a girl she knew. And I don't remember. I remember going to and from. I remember sitting on the couch, but I don't remember nothing else. But come to find out, the woman had me doing what you call fisting. But I had a little baby on. And so what my mother witnessed kind of gave her an idea what the hell was going on. And she called it to the carpet on it. The carpet, meaning she just brought it to the forefront. What the hell are you doing with my child? And what my mama said the lady admitted to was she would sit me in front of her with a skirt on and get me to put my baby, you know what I mean? I don't want to get too, but this lady watched me often. So who knows how many times, you know what I mean? I don't know. But she didn't go unscathed. My mama was the judge and the jury. My mama beat the dog shit out of her. And I never went over there again. Now, the second time, I was about 10. And a young lady, I guess she was hustling. She wanted to introduce me and my little brother to her body parts. She wanted to teach us some stuff. And here's where it get confusing. At 10 years old, you but then you see some things in your heart of hearts and in your mind. You a male, so you like what you see. And you think, let me touch it. So because I participated, I felt like I was going along with it. But in reality, as somebody pointed out to me, you were a child. She knew she was dead wrong. And then they gave me a for instance. If you never taste a certain cookie before, but you see it, and this person know this is a weed infused cookie, and you a child, and they offer it up to you, and because you desire it, you think, you take it and you bite of it, and you eat it, and you want some more. You are not to blame because you fell for the banana in the tailpipe. You, the child, are not to blame because something happened and it intrigued you to want to see more. You're not to blame. You're not along with the victimizer. You are the victim. So it took me a long time to stop attaching myself to feeling sorry for somebody who should not have exposed me to them big old breasts. Somebody who should not have exposed me to their wet split. I shouldn't even knew what that wet split looked like, let alone feel like. At 10 years old, I shouldn't even knew what that looked like unless I saw it in a magazine. But nope, it's right there in 3D. I could touch it. But the person told me to detach myself from feeling so bad for the victimizer because that person knew what they were doing because they were adults. They were an adult. You were a child. So my message to you, you're not wrong. You should feel no guilt. Detach yourself from the victimizer. And soon as you can, make sure it's the truth. Blow it out the water. Tell somebody. Because everybody in this world ain't corrupt. Everybody don't get down like that. Somebody need to hear from you. So that shit could be put to a stop. As a child, you should be able to explore being a child as long as their time allows. Your innocence should not be taken by some sick-minded man or woman for their leisure or their pleasure. See, because to them, it's probably just a afterthought. Just something passing by and it's out of their mind after it takes place. But for you, it's going to be stuck in your mind for the rest of your life. So if you do have that dirty uncle, that dirty stepdaddy, that dirty cousin, or even your daddy, blow the motherfucking whistle. Tell your mama. If your mama don't do shit about it, I don't give a damn. Tell the motherfucking police. I don't give a fuck. Tell your teacher at school. Tell somebody. Get out that shit. Because I don't care what nobody think about it, but that shit wrong. That shit dead wrong, man. You know, a lot of us on hush right now, knowing about some fucked up shit in our own families. A lot of us on hush. But I'm here to tell you today, that's some bullshit. And any nigga a part of some kind of shit like that is a slime ball, trash ass, hoe ass nigga that I ain't got no kind of respect for. None. So don't sit there for years and be victimized. I don't know if a little child gonna see this. I don't know if a little child gonna run across this or a young adult. But if you do, you got to get out of there. And you got to talk until somebody hear you and see about that. Because it's too many motherfuckers who went free and ruined so many people's lives. It's so many people walking out here in this world, man, that's just toe up from the flow up because of the memories, the bad memories, the bad childhoods. You know, they can't escape seeing that shit playing over and over in their head. I'm gonna tell you about one more. And this one is gonna resonate so close to a lot of us. A lot of us have heard and know. This young lady had a freedom about herself, and she was pretty, but she was free to anybody who showed her any interest. Young, pretty young lady, well developed, intelligent, but she carries such a dirty secret, and I felt so bad for her. But when we got deep into it and we spoke on it, I wanted to know Why do you allow so many boys to play in your tail and you have no value for yourself? Where are you mentally while this is taking place? See, we as young boys thinking we having fun. Or she a slut. Or she a hoe. Or she a bitch. Or she this. Or she that. But it never crossed our mind that maybe she was somebody's victim. But for some reason, I couldn't understand what I was witnessing. And so when we engaged in it, I could tell her nerves was bad. I could tell she's very jumpy. And when these trains would be ran on her, mentally she wouldn't even really be there. Her body is just there. And so I didn't get it out of her easily. But when I got off the subject, because I was sincere, I no longer wanted to engage with her because I understood I'm not engaging with somebody who consciously understand what they're doing. They're basically just moving as a zombie because of their innocence has been ripped to shreds and been ripped to pieces. Their heart has been broken into pieces. So I stopped asking. But as we relaxed and chilled, she just came out and said, "My daddy." And I'm like, "Your dad is a reverend, right?" She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Your daddy what?" And she broke down and told me the most horrendous shit I ever heard before in my life. And this trash ass, bitch ass, funky ass, puss ass, hoe ass nigga goes in the grocery store as if he somebody with his collared shirts on and his shiny shoes and his ties, and stands in somebody's pulpit talking about some God and some hellfire. But this nigga took his daughter countless amount of times, then ran her smooth motherfucking me insane. The child is a lunatic. So I want y'all to take a step back sometime and understand, for face value, you can't judge a book by its cover, man. It's so many victims walking amongst us. There's so many victims walking among us who have never spoke out and never will. But I offer this tonight. This is something totally different, and this is sincere from my heart. I offer this. Young ladies with the younger children, boys and girls, stop being so worried about your own personal desires that you bring in every Tom, Dick, and Harry nigga that you attracted to in your household amongst your precious babies. Every nigga you meet don't need to go home to your children. If you live in that single life, your household threshold doorway shouldn't even be crossed unless that nigga is worthy enough to meet your mother and your dad. Even if they deceased, you think, is this nigga even worthy? Could have stood in my dad's presence or in my mother's presence. If he can't, he damn sure don't need to cross the threshold to stand in your children's presence. I see that there. I see that there. I like that soup chat. Can we get a moment of silence and pray for all the victims of these horrible people? Amen. We're going to do that right now. Y'all say what y'all will. Amen. Yeah. So definitely, man, ladies, watch who you bring around your children. There's some sick-minded people in the world. You know, it may be, hey, I appreciate that soup chat, Taylor Ray. It may be a situation where it's not even a sexual assault. It can be physical abuse. And that physical abuse can turn deadly. How many times we've seen niggas being arrested or mug shots because the nigga accused of harming the child of a lady he knew. So these are the sick-minded motherfuckers that some females allow to be in their presence. Now, I don't know who you may be, but them kids don't deserve that. Hold on. Them kids don't deserve that. So, you know what I mean? If them kids come to you and tell you, hey, Mr. Such and Such was X, Y, and Z out of line, this and that, you better launch an investigation. You better dig deep, you know what I mean? Because you could prevent some shit before it even happened. But if you so overwhelmed and wooed by Mr. Such and Such, oh, girl, go ahead on. It might not be just Mr. Such and Such might be that. Mr. Such and Such might be that monster. So slow down and pay attention and take care of these motherfucking children. And all you niggas out there trying to fuck with children, you some hoes. Cut the shit. Hello? You brave enough? Huh? Okay, well, put the YouTube on mute. I'm glad you called in, and I'ma just let you tell your story. You ain't gotta say nothing about nothing, who you are, nobody name, just whatever you like to share. It'll be appreciated. Okay? I appreciate you. Give me a second, let me mic you up. Fellas, this subject is real. And
Bluetooth mode.
I'm gonna just say this.
Bluetooth connected.
We're gonna call her Nice Lady. And we're gonna welcome Nice Lady to the channel. And she like to share some things with us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Testing one more time. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear you really well.
Okay.
Tonight, we are talking about we should pay more attention to people who are victimized instead of the victimizer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. I've been listening tonight, and a lot of times the victim don't have a voice because they don't know who to trust. And so for you to open up that line tonight, to have the freedom to speak, no matter who it is, you gotta let somebody know. And I was also reading some of the comments where I love that you said for the women to be careful of who you have around your house, around your kids. And I also saw where a man wrote, me and you too. As men, we all have to be careful. I raised 2 sons, and while my dating, I never allowed anybody to just be in my presence with my sons, because that was the one thing I did not want them to ever have to worry about somebody abusing or taking advantage of them. And not only them, but me in front of them. So sometimes we have to make choices that may not be favorable or not popular. But when you have young children, we're responsible, like you just said. And when you're the victim, sometimes the way you move through life, you don't even realize it. A song can come on and it can remind you of that. The lighting in your house could flicker a certain way, or a TV show could come on, and it'll bring all of that back. And for me, I had 2 decisions to make. And that was either to become just like my abuser, or daily remind myself that I was better than them. So I lived my life to make sure that I didn't put my kids in danger, and that I would never put myself in that situation again either. As like you said, you at one point thought it was because of you that lady took advantage. I always thought, well, maybe because if I wore tight jeans, that would have somebody look at me, or if my shirt was cut too low, that would cause somebody some unwanted attention, or if my dress was too short. So I always, tried to carry myself like a lady and respectful, to just to always be in the right space so no one would ever take advantage of me again. And for me, I was a child from the 1st grade until the summer of my senior year. So that was all of my time.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. You were abused from the 1st grade until your senior year?
Yeah, there was always something going on.
Man.
So that was all my childhood. So anything could trigger my thoughts of the abuser. So when you talk about don't wait. Don't go through it so long. And especially in these days, somebody out there will listen. And I want to apologize on behalf of anybody that was abused, and the ones that can't talk, that can't speak on it. Like Hezeleo said, somebody will listen, and you don't have to go through this alone. And Heze, I want to thank you I tried to watch this and not become emotional, because this is real. And you don't know who is experiencing this right now as we speak. And I thank you, because I know your platform. It's not you're a rapper, you're Hezeleo, you're out in the streets. People don't talk about this kind of thing. But I appreciate you tonight using your platform to bring awareness and attention to the people that are quiet, to the people that are crying, to the people that just want out of it. They want it to go away, and it's not. I thank you for giving this platform, so that maybe tonight somebody will decide, hey, I got to tell, I can't hold this any longer.
Man, it's sad, man. Like I'm a real nigga. I'm a trill nigga, but to say from first grade to 12th grade, man, that's torture. That's pure pain and torture. That's years and years of, my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but God is good.
Amen. And thank you for having the courage to speak out.
Thank you for having the platform, and I pray that God continue to bless you and that you'll truly be an example that the people are needing to see the true, the real.
Thank you.
And hey, keep up the good work.
Thank you for calling.
Have a good night.
You too. I was cutting some onions earlier, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I was cutting me a little onion earlier. God damn. Woo. Man, this shit's sickening, man. How could people be so fucking evil, man? Some niggas need to be rounded up. And when I say niggas, I ain't talking about just blacks. I'm talking about niggas who be on that type of bullshit. They need to be rounded up and put in a gigantic motherfucking trash bag and thrown in a goddamn gigantic trash compactor. Dirty motherfuckers. But yeah, man, that's what we were talking about tonight. I don't even. Let me recognize my people, man. Let me see where I was. Yeah, Taylor Ray and Jesus Trevino came off in here, man. We did a prayer. We had Taylor Ray come in here with a $4.99 suit. Straight up facts say, men, watch who be around your children too. Wow. That's crazy, but I feel that. Marcus Payne, man, tell it, bro. Yeah, man. I had to touch on it, man. Yeah, real spill on Tuesday, man. Yeah. Alvin Smith, appreciate that suit, man. Daryl Martin, hey, man, I appreciate the, you know what I'm saying, the back and forward, and I had to go there, you know what I mean? We had a back and forward, and you made me really think, and I had to go there, so we went there, you know what I mean? Shout out to Daryl, you know what I mean? Yeah, Codeine, gotta protect them kids for sure. Yeah, Crystal Renee, we appreciate that suit. Kids are innocent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what it is. Trevino, yeah, that's heartbreaking, man. Scott, Eric, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate that $4.99. Let me see. Trevino, yeah. We all big One Trill family. It's beginning to feel like that, man. What it is, Jay Stees, yeah, man, it's sick. Let me see. Jeff Rowe, you know, you never know how many sick people in this world until you hear their story. Yeah, man, it's like, man, I could go on and on, man. Like, it's so many people I've met in this world. They got these type of stories. I couldn't believe it. Like, God damn, another one, man. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Let me see. I feel for this lady. The real men like us are here for her. You got tears in my eyes. I'm glad you said that, because I kind of felt like a bitch over here. I kind of felt like a bitch over here by myself. My motherfucking eyes all teared up. Nigga, this live. Nigga, this live, man. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, we on live. Hey, if any one of you old ass nigga without there crying, you better speak up. Don't let me be over here crying by my motherfucking side. Don't let me be over here crying by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Come on, man. That make two of us. Okay? I wasn't by myself. But it's just sad to hear that type of shit. Like, first grade all the way to being a senior, that's a whole life. That's a whole. But she sound mentally like she have it together. So, as she said, God is good, because the average person mentally probably would be Fraggle Rock. The average person mentally might be Fraggle Rock. But that's what we wanted to touch on tonight. And I appreciate everybody who came through. I want to say this to Scott Eric. I got something for you. I ain't gonna reveal it just yet, but I got something for you. Thank everybody for coming tonight. Like I said in the beginning, I do encourage the support. I do encourage it. That way, we don't need sponsors. We're sponsored by Trillgear and all the good viewers. Know what I'm talking about? So I'll never feel I need a sponsor. Look at that. Let me see. Yeah, Scott Eric. Yeah, Mr. Scott Eric. I'm gonna give you a hint. Oh, y'all see my sword back there, huh? Hey, y'all see my shield back there, huh? Yeah. Hey, listen, I even got a cloak back there, man. That's for a special occasion. But I got my sword, and I got my shield, and I got my cloak, and I'm waiting on my crown. I'm waiting on my crown, man. I'm gonna be ready to go to war on these internet streets. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Know what I'm talking about? Long live the pimp and Mama West. Free young pimp. Free young Hezeleo and Team Scott coming soon. You done unlocked the gift, baby. Scott Eric, you done unlocked the gift, baby. But I'll tell you about it on another video. Thank y'all, Team Scott, for all the support. You know what I mean? That's 2 Trill. And everybody who come through from the beginning, when I told y'all I was finna get this channel back popping. You know, sometime it used to be me and one person in here. Sometimes I'll be performing on stage to 2 people in the crowd. That's what I'm talking about, Trevino. On the outro, we got it lit up. We got Team Scott lighting it up on the outro, and we got Jesus Trevino lighting it up on the outro. But everybody who stayed down, man, don't think I don't recognize y'all, man. I recognize y'all. And my analytics showing this channel showing up. Yeah, Scott Eric. On the outro, the 1999's coming through. We at the end of the month. Big Super. Making this month better than last month. The growth process. That's how it need to be. It need to go like that too. It need to go like that too. You know? Because the more we grow, the better this channel should get. The better the content should get. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. I see it one day in the future. We might raffle off a whole car. Let me see it. I see in the future, we might raffle off a whole vehicle. I see in the near future, we might raffle off a Trill Dicky. I see in the near future, we might raffle off a decorated Trill jacket. I also see in the future that we gonna put some brand new shoes on some little kids' footsies. Let me work my jelly and my magic. Let me connect my dots. It's overdue. It's overdue. You know what I'm talking about? Scott Eric say we can do it. Together, one big trio family. Boy, we sound like Wu-Tang in here. Let me see. Or some football tickets. Hey, we might raffle off some football tickets. Let me see. Let's do some Christmas gift for the kids. We got to figure that out. We got to see that. Okay. We got to figure that out. We got to figure that out. Because I got one partner I'm talking to right now. And the shoe game looking kind of like we might be able to work it out somehow. But I got some other elements came to me yesterday. So we got to see how that's gonna go. But yeah, man. We gonna grow over here. This ain't that. This ain't that. This is about culture. Culture means community coming together and figuring it out. How to make the culture better. And what you need is resources and the cause. That's what make a culture club move. A culture club don't stay still. A culture club grows. More people want to be a part of it. And we go to figuring out more problems. We go to figuring out, we bring more solutions to the culture. And that allows the culture to keep expanding. That's what I always been in this here for. Donations for the kids in SA. Victor, you know what I want to be able to do? I want to be able to go to PA, do's what I does. Some of y'all meet me out there. And we going to feed and we going to shoot and clothe. Then I want to be able to come to your city. And you be Hezeleo in your city and I be behind you. And you feed and clothe. And we there behind you. And then we keep that going. We go to your city and we there behind you. You, meaning those names are going to change. I'm just going to be a guest. So we're going to get it to that point. We're going to get this community and this culture to that point. Know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Resolutions. That's what I'm talking about. Victims of SA. SA. What happened? What happened? SA. San Antonio? What happened? I don't mean to be ignorant. What happened? Victims of SA. Put me on. Oh, sexual assault. Man, you got me thinking you got me thinking you talking about San Antonio. You got me thinking you talking about San Antonio. Hey, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal it. I'm out. You thought I was that. I'm gonna go ahead. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what it is. I'm out.